fascinated by all the moms on this team. I think it's a tremendous support group, the greatest group of parents I've ever been around.
I think we have a lot of fun together.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we've
miss
got a
it.
good
All
group.
Get along.
That's the
like-
key for me, is that y'all have fun, and that carries over to your boys.
Right.
And they're all good kids. They're 6 years old, but for a bunch of 6-year-old boys,
Which
It's
is
so
good
much
because you know
energy.
what? But they're having fun because they want to keep doing
Yes,
it.
they are.
and the coaches, what a good group of men. I feel
They
like
are a great group of
leading
coaches.
these boys,
Yes.
and
Absolutely.
this, right?
Yes.
A little bit of weather,
Yes.
and it's all there.
Yeah.
We go from sweating to thunderstorms.
Thunderstorms.
Like
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you all. It's a rainy day in Central Florida, and we're gonna have batting practice, and we're gonna work hard. These boys are putting in the time, so are the coaches. Come and see what we do on a rainy day. And when most people, coaches and teams would take the rainy day off, we find a way to practice. We go inside, we get technical, and each coach has more time for one-on-one breakdowns, fine-tuning the boys' games. After all, we're heading to the state championship tournament, and we're going to work inside just as hard as we work outside. We're going to work on the mechanics, we're going to work on repetition, and we're going to make sure we're ready for every possibility. A rainy day won't stop the Oviedo All-Stars, and the coaches are making the best of the time indoors.
Could I field the ball like these kids are doing right now? No. Could I hit the ball like that? No. So when you talk about the boys and my passion for the kids and the passion for my son obviously being on the team, you know, I work with my kid, I work with Travis, you know, away from the field. You know, that's our time. I got 11 other kids that I have to deal with, that I have to worry about. And some of them have the passion, some of them are there, just there to have whatever, but that's okay as long as it builds and then that passion gets them. Because once they get the passion, they're going to do nothing but get better and better.
Except it's 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning, and these boys have been playing baseball every day for weeks, and they're tired, and they're 6, and they should be in bed right now. But we're outside, we're learning the game, but today, the boys are struggling. They're struggling to get back into the game of baseball. And while everyone else is on the field, the moms get together and start preparing for all the fundraising activity. Come out and support the boys. Be part of the Build 'Em Out experience. Donate to the boys and I'll wash your car. Everybody got involved in the fundraisers. The coaches, the brothers, the sisters, the dads, the moms, friends. Everybody was all in on helping Oviedo raise funds to get to the state tournament. It wasn't hard to convince the boys to do a little fundraising at the local ice cream shop. Come out and support the team. We appreciate it. And after a full day of training on a Saturday morning, the boys are passing the helmet.
It's not needed anymore, is it?
And after all the fundraising and all the support, we'd like to thank Oviedo, Oviedo Baseball, and the whole community for coming out and supporting the boys throughout this whole postseason. And now, we're on to the States. It's the last practice of the year, and after all the rainy days, after the fundraisers, after the coaches' sessions, after all the training, we're heading to the state championship tournament. And at the end, we sit the boys down, and it's Coach Dave who reminds them of all their hard work, how proud we are of them, and what they've accomplished. So we've taken a ride with these kids all through this episode to make it to States, and here we are, 7:30 on a Thursday morning. It's the beginning of July, and most kids are spending on summer vacation. The 6U Oviedo All-Stars start their journey to becoming state champions. And it's on these fields where it all started for the boys back in districts. They know these fields. They put the time in. We've practiced, we've trained, we're warming up, and we're ready to go. Today starts our journey. All the technical stuff, all the coaching, all the hard work. 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning. 95 degrees. It's time to play baseball, and it's time for our journey to begin to a state championship.
Okay, outfielders keep the ball in front. Good throws to second base. We ain't gonna throw it 100 miles an hour, right? Nice and easy throw to second base. Keep the ball in front of us. We're gonna win the ball game. Okay?
Yes.
Let's go to your spots.
Go get 'em, boys.
Let's go.
Go get 'em, boys.
Started out with some butterflies.
And butterflies are exactly what these boys had. In the first inning of Game 1 against Palm Beach Gardens, our boys were slow, they were sluggish, and they were trying to wake up, and Palm Beach Gardens took advantage of this. Our boys need to get going in the first game of this championship series.
Well, we started the first inning of the first game pretty rough, so I had to take myself out to far left field and get away from everything.
It took the boys a minute to get going, and a couple innings in, they warmed up, and they started to play baseball their way. They started to hit, they started to run, they were fielding the ball, and now they were feeling it. The Oviedo All-Stars are now in the game.
We call that Happyville.
Happyville.
That's Happyville. It's happy.
And once everybody started to relax, we realized that we were picking up momentum. And there it was. Our first victory in the state championship series. We're moving on, and we're finding our niche.
They had to warm up.
It's made the hair stand up. It's awesome. I mean, no matter what happens, I'm proud of them, and I never played for a state championship in my life.
After the victory this morning, our day wasn't over. Oviedo was scheduled for a doubleheader on day 1. Mandarin was fresh and ready to go. But our boys, after a 4-hour break, needed to find that thing. They needed to pick up the energy again. They needed to get going in this doubleheader.
You know, all the work that we put into it, and you know, we pour our hearts into those kids. And you know, you put so much effort into it. Raising your kids is one thing, and you're trying to teach them, you know, the love of the game. And just that moment, it's like I'm playing the game.
And just like in Game 1, the boys start to pick each other up. The cheers from the dugout. The parents are behind them, but it's the boys who are feeling it. The boys play together as a team, and they find a way to win Game 2 of a doubleheader.
We win tomorrow, we play Sunday.
We were a little nervous about today, and we made it through today 2-0.
Validation to being where we're at right now. I mean, the boys deserve to be here.
We've done all we can do. Now it's just between the lines. I don't think anybody in the state of Florida can beat them.
I just need to sleep, but other than that, the boys just need to relax. Once they relax, they play amazing baseball.
You're playing a game, man. So to me, that's probably the biggest thing I can think of.
Yeah, and I think getting through these 2 games today is kind of ease those butterflies. You know,
Now it's fun.
now it's fun.
And after a strong first day of T-ball and winning both games of a doubleheader, it's time for the families to relax. More importantly, it's time for the boys to relax. And after a good night's sleep and a good meal, day 2 of the state championship tournament changed for the Oviedo All-Stars. In Game 3, they faced hometown favorite Sarasota. The boys came ready to play, and they hit. They hit strong, and they ran. They ran fast. And the boys dominated this game. All the butterflies were gone. All the nervousness. The boys were hitting, running, and fielding, and looking good while they did it. The boys were now showing how they made it to the state championship finals and how we got to Sarasota. They were in a groove, and they were playing the game they love. And there it was. We're 3-0 going into tomorrow.
That's the game, folks.
And after a solid day of baseball, we take the boys to a minor league ball game. The Bradenton Marauders farm team to the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we'd like to thank the coach from the Charlotte Stone Crabs for stopping by, talking to the boys about baseball, and giving them a pep talk. And in Game 4 against Fort Caroline, the boys came and were ready to play. We were hitting, we were running, and we were scoring. We picked up right where we left off in Game 3 against Sarasota, and we were playing baseball. But it was Fort Caroline that came to play the game as well, because they were hitting, and they were running, and they were scoring. And it seemed like our boys were distracted. They had something else on their mind, perhaps the next day, but we needed to focus. We needed a big play, and we needed it to happen soon. And there it was, the play that broke the momentum. And now we remind the boys of what we did to get here and how proud we are of them, and it's time for them to hit. And that's just what they did. They hit, they scored, and they left it all on the field. They gave it everything they had. And in Game 4, the 6U Oviedo All-Stars were victorious. We were undefeated so far in the state championships, and now we're going into the semifinals. And this is where the whole tournament gets decided. The top 4 teams in the state will now play for the T-ball championships. And in the first round of the semifinals in the state T-ball tournament, Oviedo faces Okehili. Okehili, Oviedo, Julington Creek, and Fort Caroline are the last 4 teams remaining in this state tournament, and it's going to come down to who plays the best baseball. And our boys are playing hard, and Okehili's playing hard. And it's going to come down to the fundamentals. It's going to come down to who's faster, who's going to score the most runs, and how this game is played on the field. All the coaching is over. Now it's up to the boys. This is what it's all been about. We have made it to the semifinals, and now we're 1 game away from playing for a state championship. And these boys played with everything they had. Both teams knew what was at stake, and we both wanted to advance to the state championships. All the hard work, the rainy days, the Saturdays, playing with everything they had, every game, and going undefeated. There can only be one winner. Only one team can advance, and only one of these teams moves on to play in the championships. And the final score is Okehili 10, the Oviedo All-Stars 4. Okehili would go on to become the #1 team in the state of Florida in T-ball. The Oviedo All-Stars finished the season with an 11-1 postseason record, becoming the #3 team in the state of Florida. And so this experience ends in the same place it started, on the baseball field. You ready for next season?
Yeah, Dad.
Break it down.
Real quick, look over here. There's Coach Josh. What do you guys think about Coach Josh?
Nice.
Nice with your mouth full?
Awesome.
Awesome?
Cool. Good coach.
Good coach? Hey, let me ask you something, Coben. Who's Coach Josh to you?
My dad.